We've got about 1 more minute, and then we will start up. Well, hello, my fellow Garland ISD teachers. My name is Coach Dyer Royal. I am a PE teacher at Parkcrest Elementary, and I am here to give you a webinar on using the app called Goose Chase, which you can also use online as well. I've been at Parkcrest for 1 year now. This is my first year at Parkcrest and my first year in the elementary. My history ranges over 17 years of teaching in PE from all secondary, and then again, this is my first year in elementary. We have a moderator on with us. If you have any questions that you would like to have him answer regarding the Goose Chase app, just touch base with John and he will touch base with you and try to answer the questions for you. So first, let me talk about the technology that I have on my campus. Again, coming from secondary, I had access to just about everything. Being that I'm PE, I don't have, my access is limited, so I have to go borrow. So when I first got to Parkcrest, they were looking at me crazy, like, you want technology in your classroom? Absolutely, absolutely, because PE also uses technology, and we can use it in many different ways. We just got to be very creative in how we use it. So I first went to go ask for a laptop, couldn't find one. I tried to borrow one from the district. It was hard to get one. And then they said, okay, well, we have an old Apple computer that you can use. So we started using the Apple computer. And then they don't have a class set of iPads. So I had to go borrow the iPads from the 5th grade teachers and the Chromebooks. So they're very helpful in allowing me to bring those into my PE class so that my kids can use it on my campus, use it in my classrooms. I really only use it with my older kids because they're able to access some of the activities that we're trying to log into and share in class, which I will share with you regarding the Goose app. So again, Goose app was this app I found going through a training with our wonderful I3 teachers for our facilitators for our I3 program. And I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. I said, I can use this in my classroom. The kids can demonstrate to me, and I have a good way to assess my students and look at it all in video, especially when you have up to 45 to 55 people in the classroom. So I'm able to go back online and look at the kids. So it's a good way to assess your students, even in your own regular classrooms, for any type of subject, whether it's math, history, science, or writing or reading. So let's get straight to the point. Let me pull up this PowerPoint for you and kind of tell you about again, this is our Goose Chase. Let me share with you. Hold on, where'd it go? Sharing. All right, so again, the app is called Goose Chase, but again, you can log on to it online as well, which I will show to you in just a second. It's available on your Apple, which I put it on my iPad, and I also put it on my phone, and I also put it on the Chromebook, so that I have access to it everywhere. And when I used it with some of my fellow colleagues here to play with it and my students, they also did the same thing. As far as the ISTE statements, sorry about that. Go back to that. Our ISTE standards, it covers under communication and collaboration, because again, they're working together, they can talk to each other amongst the app a little bit, and mostly it's collaboration. Again, it's also you as a teacher being creative and innovative in the classroom along with the students, because they also can help create a Goose Chase game on the application as well. All right, so moving on into the actual app. So let's go in there and share that with you. Close this out for you. You see my face again? Again, if you have any questions regarding this application, just touch base with John. Hey, John. He's watching from afar. All right, let's get into it. The Goose Chase app. Now, if you're noticing the noise in the background, my office, of course, is right by the gym, and they're happen to be using the gym today. And it has an after-school program, so of course, they are pretty loud. All right, John, I hope you're all seeing this, but here we go. So here's your Goose Chase app. So 2 things you need to be aware of. There's Goose Chase EDU, and there is just regular Goose Chase. What's the difference, you say? Let me show you. First, I signed up for this Goose Chase. I signed up for the recreational one. And it holds up to 3 teams and up to 3 people, individuals, if you're going to do individuals. I did individual for this particular webinar for y'all. But if you notice, do not fear these prices here, because there's 2 things that can happen. Let me show you. Let's go to Goose Chase EDU. Goose Chase EDU, I contacted when I logged in originally to Goose Chase, and I'm showing you my page here. It showed me how it works. They said, give back feedback. I gave my feedback back and told them, hey, I wish you would give more opportunities, free access to teachers. So they emailed me back and said, hey, we do have access for a little bit more for teachers. So let me send you the link and you can sign up, and all your stuff that you had on this original link will be pushed over to the educational link. So they sent that to me, and here are the new prices. I screenshotted it for you. I think you can see it. I'm hoping you can see it. Let me go back out so you can see it. Let's go back out so you can see this actual price for the other one. Well, for some reason I can't share it with you. But anywho's, I have more access. I get to have up to 5 games and 5 teams and 5 people on the games, and I have unlimited access to it. Versus if I wanted to get the plus package, it'll be $49, not $200. But again, I can share that with you. I share, through email, which you figure once you decide if you want to use the app or not. So let's go back to the Goose. Go back to the Goose. All right. So here is the actual application. So what you're going to do here, you want to first start out with the new game. So I'm going to show you what I had, start with a new game and show you how to put it together. And then I'll show you access to how mine came out to be. So you want to start out with a new game. You want to give the game, you want to give it a picture, give it a picture. You can click on there, add a picture, however you want to do it. And then you want to give it the name. So let's try webinar number 1 for us. And then give it a game description. Trying to learn Goose Chase. And game location, you don't have to put anything for that if you don't want to. And password is an optional. I put my last name. And it is case sensitive. So you'll make sure that they have you let them know that. So if you're going to capitalize your R or capitalize any letter in there, they need to know that password. So we're going to save and continue. And just let me know if you're not seeing any of this. All right. So it says now add your first mission. So we're going to do several things. I'm going to take you through several steps. I'm going to take you through a step where they can submit their answers through text. They can submit their answers through video or photo, but I'm not going to take you through where they can submit their answers through GPS. I don't think that's quite safe for elementary, so we're going to stay away from that. And but I will show it. So what you're going to do here is add admission to list. Okay. So you can create your own little question here. Here, the mission is Goose Chase. That's the mission, the first mission. We're going to say that. And you want to put the mission description. That is where you put the actual question. What is Goose Chase? That's what we're going to put. What is Goose Chase? And then over here, you can add your points. I like to customize mine. Let's say 1 point. Okay. Now, back over here, you can do photo or video submission, or you can do text mission. So we're going to do the text mission first. We'll click on that. Now down here, you got to pay attention. This is where you put your accepted answer. So what is Goose Chase? Now I remind you, whatever you put in, it is case sensitive. So make sure that you let them know, or whatever you type in, that they are aware of that. So accepted answer, we say, what is Goose Chase? We're going to say, it is a great assessment. I can't type app for teachers. Great assessment app for teachers. So that's what we're going to put. So we'll lowercase the t. We'll tell whatever the answer they get, or you can just put assessment app for teachers. Make it simple. You go to advanced settings. You can add an attached image, an attached link. Here it tells you this is the answer. Case sensitive, insensitive. Leave blank to accept any answer. That's completely up to you if you want to leave it blank. But if you don't want to, you can put the exact answer that you want them to have. And I will show you here in a little bit what that looks like. All right, so we're going to save our changes. And now you have one of your first questions in your Goose Chase bank. So let's add another. If I'm going too fast completely, just let me know. Things move fast in PE, so I talk fast. Plus, I'm from Louisiana. All right. So next mission, let's find out. What is my name? Something simple. Or we just put my name is the mission. My name. You don't have to worry about what the mission name, if that's case sensitive or not. Points. Let's go for 5. 5 points. Mission description. Send me a video of your name. Or saying who you are. Send me a video saying who you are. So back over here, you can do a photo or video submission. You click on that. If you want to advance any of your settings, however you want to do your video, photos and videos, photos only, videos only, we're going to click on video only on that. Do we want to show it in the feed? Completely up to you. Completely up to you as a teacher. Do you want to show the other part of your group or your team the kids' answers, or do you want to keep it private just for you? That's completely up to you. So we're not going to click on anything like that. We're just going to go ahead and show it in the feed. And we're going to save the changes. You got it for 5 points. The mission name is my name. Send me a video saying who you are. And then we clicked over here. Make sure it's on video or photo submission, not text, not GPS. Okay. We're going to save the changes. And now, again, you have your points selection over here. You can delete it or edit it over here. You have your answers for your questions here. And then you have that is a video submission here. All right. So it says video only. So let's do one more so you can show the pictures. Back up here to add mission to list. And we're going to say, what is our moderator's name for this? Or we just put moderator's name. Sorry. what is our moderator's name for this webinar? Now, we can do a photo and probably say, for example, you had a picture. We're going to do a photo. We're going to advanced settings. We're going to say photo only. Photo only. What type of submission would you like for your participants? Photo only. Again, if you want to show it in feed, completely up to you. That's completely up to you as a teacher. If it's something fun that y'all want to play around with, then of course show it. If there's something private that you want to do just more of a personal assessment of your students to see where they are in the class or in what particular subject, you can do that as well. Okay, like so if you're doing math, in there and you don't want to show the answer that they gave, you can have them. You can keep it private. You can have them video record them doing their math work, doing all parts of their division, in elementary school, showing their work, or they can even take a photo of it, just giving the answers. It's really up to you what you would like to do as far as a teacher and what you feel comfortable with your class, with your students. All right, now we got 3 questions. So next thing we're going to do is go to start and stop. You have your questions in there. Where did we go? You want to automatically either put a start time in there, or you want to manually put a start time in there. So you can click on it. You can start it in. You can have the game going on for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You can have it going on for 7 days, however you want to do it. So let's do, because we're teachers, we like to plan ahead of time. Let's do automatic. So we're going to select the date. Let's start it on Thursday. Thursday's a good day. And what time do we want to start it? School starts at what? They go to eat breakfast at 8 o'clock. Let's go 8 a.m. All right, we're going to set that. And the end time. Well, we started on a Friday. Give them the weekend to think about it. Let's end it on Tuesday. All right, end time. School's out at 3:20. Let's go to 3 o'clock. Give them some time. Give them all day to do it. Just in case you want to bring them into the classroom. All right, so your dates are set. I forgot to push set. Go back to 3 o'clock. Make sure you push set. The end date should be after. Why? Go back. Making mistakes. And set. What is it? Educator basic times are limited to 1 simultaneous. Okay. Well, you get it. So there is the time set for that. It got quiet. They left my gym. But manual we'll set for 3 days. And we push start. Uh-oh. Oh, that's why, because I have another game going. But this is how you get to start, because this game is still going. So this is how you start your game. You push start, you select all your stuff here. And because of the educator access that I have, I can only have 1 game go at a time. That's the other thing. If you want to upgrade, you can get multiple games going on at a time. But I'm glad it showed that so you could see what happens. It would not allow me to do it because this game is going on. Now, I could end this game. I can edit it and end it and change the date on there. So you have manual, where you can set for a couple of days, or you have automatic, so it's set for a certain amount of time. But since I'm limited, this is what happens. All right, so let's go back here to my game info. We got that game in there, our missions in there. Now we go back to one of the original games that I created. Where is my games? Click on my games. We got webinar 1. That's the one we created. That's the draft. We'll click on that and show that to you again. That's what we created. And now we're going to go back to one that was already started. All right. So I added my picture here, put the information technology and PE, so made up some stuff. Here's the password I use. Again, it's all caps, and they have to make sure they put it in all caps. We saved and continued. You got my questions here. Forearm passing. Take a picture showing your ready position for forearm passing. Know your teacher. I put a couple of different questions in here of games that we did before, and we just kind of played around with it. How many bowling pins are in a set? The gobble run for us is coming up, so we got that going on. We started juggling, so we got that. Fitnessgram is a big part of PE, so I added that so they can take a picture or a video record their upper body strength. This kind of assessing what they know and what they've been taught in class. They can add it onto this Goose Chase. All right, we're gonna come back over here. They need to know 2 things to add themselves into the game. First, they need to sign up for it. They can sign up on the app as a guest, or they can sign up on the app as their own feed, as their own login information. I suggest doing guests so they don't have to remember their passwords and stuff like that. What they do need to know is the name of the game, so they can search for that. They need to know the game code, and they need to know the game password. They need to know 3 things. Once they get those 3 things, they're all set and ready to go for the game. And then on your side, you can see the participants. So I have right now 3 people signed up for the game. They have their access code. I can do it as a team, or I can do it as individual people. Right now, it is done as individual people. So you can see that going on right now. Once the game starts, which this particular game has started, you can go over here to in-game and go to your activity feed. In the activity feed, you can see what pictures they submitted, the answers they submitted. So I said, what school did your teacher go to? University. They said Texas. Again, it is lowercase, and they had to type it in because they kept get the answer wrong because I told them it was all lowercase. Juggling questions, they answered the questions correctly. And then, of course, other things that they did, they answered the questions. I had the teacher's aide come in there and play with it a little bit as well. Picture of him and his dog. He loves his dog. And then over here, you have submissions again. You can show submissions by mission, by points, by alphabetical order. You have your different questions you can click on, showing your different points and pictures and videos that you can go to. So my forearm passing here. And then this is the fun part. The kids love to see it. The teachers love to see it. The leadership board. You get to see how many points each person has and what place they are in. You can send them a message. You can remove from the team if somebody acts out or put something that's not appropriate for the game on here. And of course, you can manually adjust the score. So going through this one more time. Here's your game info. You push continue to add your questions. Click add on here. Don't forget, when you click on there, you want to choose which video or text message and add your answers. And push cancel there. Once you start it, you go to start and stop. I can stop my game, but this is where I adjust when I want my game to start. So I had to start it, November 1st and it ended on November 8th, just to play with one. So make sure you have that going on. So at first, again, when I signed up for the recreational one, that wasn't educational Goose Chase, only was allowed to 3 teams. On the educational one, you get 5 teams. So one person can share a group. So for example, in PE, we have A, B, and C group. A can go, they all can be one group and answer for that one particular group, and then B can do it, and then C can do it, as long as they have that password to get on to their particular team's group. All right, once that's going on and you start your game, you can follow along with that team or your students in the activity feed. You can find out who's ahead in your leadership board. And you can see the submissions. And the only thing they need to do once they get logged in, or they go in as a guest, or they have their own login, is 3 things. The name of the game, the game code, and then your original password, which was in the one that you created, or it will create one for you, the one that you created, or you don't have a password at all. Okay. So let's see. Let's go to upgrade so you can see what the prices are compared to the original Goose Chase. So this is the original Goose Chase. This is their pricing here. Too expensive. Too expensive. And then you have this one. Look at there. $50. I think we can swing that. or maybe our budget might be able to swing that, or we might sell some snow cones to be able to swing that for our classes. But then again, the best thing you can do is apply for the GISD grant. Apply for a grant. There's money out there for us to use. All righty. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing here. So we have about 6 minutes left, 5 minutes left. I am back. There I am. Hey there. And give you some time to ask or make any comments, and we can kind of go from there. So while we're waiting on that, we can go back to this PowerPoint so that way you can have our information with you. I hope everybody's had a wonderful day. One more week. Thanksgiving. All right. All right. So our ISTE standards. And then here is our information. Chasing Learning with Goose Chase. I hope y'all enjoyed this app. I think it's really fun. I think it's a great way to assess your kids in a fun way, almost similar to Kahoot, but this is something that you can also, you know, the kids can do on their phones. Again, the older kids in the school, I had a 4th grader do it. I had a 5th grader do it. So your older kids on the elementary level. But here's our information. I hope you contact one of us. I know that John posts stuff on his Twitter, and I post stuff on mine. We're using technology in our classrooms, and we do. I mean, it's hard to use technology in PE, but it is possible. So if we can do it with 50 kids in our classroom, you can do it with 20 or 30 kids. It is very, very easy. The only amount of time or headache you probably would have to go through would be to setting it up and making sure the kids knowing what to do. But once they get started, I promise you they'll have a good time with it. The other game that I played on here that I didn't show with y'all that I played with my kids, they came back over the weekend asking about the game. Did you check it out, Coach? Did you see what I got? Did you see what I got? Because they went home and put it on their phones. So it's a good thing because they want to demonstrate to you that they can do stuff in the classroom. And they want to gain those points. They're competitive. It's good stuff. Go back here. All righty. Got a couple more minutes for questions. Q&A time. If I had some music, and that maybe about be one thing that I start doing is if I had some music, I'll put some music on right now. And I'm gonna hold this back up for y'all so you can get that information. And again, this webinar will be saved, like a commercial. This webinar will be saved to our i3, where you can get other webinars and see anytime you want, any access at any time of the day, on a Sunday, on your patio, drinking sweet Texas tea with nice ice and lemon on the side. And you can watch this video all over again. So, and there's our information again. The Goose Chase app. And I do hope y'all enjoyed this and you'll come back and watch it. And y'all have a great Tuesday evening. Talk with you soon. Goodbye. Good night, GISD.